We begin by settling into the constructive rest pose. Knees bent, feet in line with the sit bones. That means they're about 6 inches wide, not wider than the hips, but not touching each other. Feel the balance of the feet against the floor and stand evenly across the ball of the foot and right in the center of the heel. Let yourself come into the center of the pelvis, feeling the sacrum evenly balanced. Imagine you've got jeans on and spread the back pockets a little bit, so the back of the pelvis is broad and even. Relax the belly and soften the muscles along the spine. Let the back ribs settle down as evenly as possible into the floor. Shoulder blades broad and flat, make a lot of space between the shoulder blades. Relax the arms all the way out to the fingers. Soften in the throat, the neck, the jaw. Let the very back of the skull settle into the head. Relax the muscles of the face. Bring the attention to the pelvic floor. Feel the tailbone, each one of the sit bones, feel the pubic bone. That's the diamond of the pelvic floor. Not engaging it yet, but just noticing where that will be. And then picture your transversus, the muscle that's like a big, broad belt that comes around from the spine and buckles beneath the belly button. And again, just picturing that for a moment. And we'll begin the engagement of the inner core, which is the combination of the pelvic floor and the transversus abdominis. Take an inhale to prepare. With exhale, gather the pelvic floor in, and then feel your belt come snug around, buckle it beneath the belly button, and pause for a moment. And relax that. Make this engagement gentle to begin with. Let everything go. Soften into gravity. And inhale, prepare to do it again. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor into the center. This time, add the sphincters, squeeze, and pull the belt around. Snug over the hips, buckle beneath the belly button, and pause. And relax and let it go. Completely release it. And one more time, we're setting up now to stabilize the neutral pelvis. So we're going to bring the arms down to the sides. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor, squeeze the sphincters, lift the perineum, gather the belt of the transversus, and then inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Then renew that inner core work as you reach your arms back, so you're maintaining your stable lower back and pelvis position. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, settle your arms down to your sides and let the work in the low core go. Let it go for a moment. And then inhale, prepare to engage it again. Exhale, pelvic floor first, then the belt. Maintain and inhale, arms up towards the ceiling. And up the ante a little bit, increasing the work just enough to keep your back, lower back neutral as your arms go behind you. Then float the arms up with the inhale. Your inner core is still working until now you relax it as you bring the arms down to the sides. Let it go completely. Inhale, prepare for that one more time. Exhale, gather the inner core muscles. And inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Renew the inner core and reach back. Keep that stability in the pelvis and lower back as the arms come behind you. Then inhale, arms split up towards the ceiling. We're going to pause with the arms in vertical. Relax the shoulders, relax the inner core work for a moment. Then inhale, open the arms out wide. Feel how the chest spreads open and relax for a moment there. And then bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers. Elbows opened out wide. Inhale, notice the ribs flaring with the breath in. Exhale, unflare the front ribs, imprint the back ribs. And then relax with the inhale. Do the same thing again. Exhale, unflare the front ribs, imprint the back ribs. And relax completely with the inhale. One more time. Exhale, unflare the front ribs, imprint the back ones, add your inner core and go into a head lift, keeping your neutral lower spine. And inhale, come back down. The back ribs stay imprinted the whole time. Exhale, lift again. And inhale, come back down. One more time, anchor and lift. This time, keep your lift. We're going to go into the alternate leg lifts, keeping the pelvis neutral. Lift the right foot up, and let's extend the leg out. Knit the ribs together more. Flex your foot, extend the leg out. Inhale, bend the knee, and just stabilize the pelvis as you lower your foot down. Re-stabilize and lift the left foot up. Flex your foot and reach out. Feel your ribs knitting together. Pull your toes back towards your knee. Inhale, bend the knee. Re-anchor, lower the foot down. Reconnect with your inner core. Knit and imprint, right foot up. Steady pelvis. Exhale, flex, extend. Make sure your ribs come together. Inhale, bend the knee. And re-anchor, lower the foot down. Keep the pelvis still as you transition. That's the trickiest part. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, flex, extend. Reach away. Inhale, bend the knee and lower back down. One more time with each foot. Re-engage, right foot up. Exhale, flex, extend. And bend the knee. Inhale. Steady the pelvis, lower the foot back down. And then take the left foot up. Flex, extend, reach out through the heel. Inhale and bend the knee. And exhale, lower the foot down. And then bring your head down. Relax your arms down to your sides. Take them wide with the palms up. And slowly turn your head from one side to the other. And we're going to work with the obliques a little bit more. Bring your arms down to your sides and make a fist with your thumb sticking out like you're hitchhiking. Straighten the arms. We want a lot of distance from your your shoulders all the way down to your knuckles. We're going to keep the elbows straight the whole time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, engage the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs, then raise the hands up towards the ceiling. Now keep your elbows, wrists straight and reach back. Press your back ribs down into the mat. Reach back with straight arms. If you can't touch the floor, don't bend your arms to get there. Just do what you can do with straight arms, but keep your back ribs down also. Come back up with the inhale, and then relax and bring the arms down to the sides. If you couldn't reach the floor, repeat this same exercise. If you could reach the floor, take your thumbs and stick them inside the fist, and we're going to do it again. Inhale, prepare, and then exhale, engage the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs. Keep that in place. Keep your arms very straight, and inhale, raise the hands up towards the ceiling. Keep imprinting the ribs, and exhale, reach back. Do not bend at the elbow or the wrist. If your thumb's out, reach the thumb towards the floor. If your thumb's in, reach the fist towards the floor, but don't bend the arms. Float the arms back up, and then relax the arms down. And soften the work in the core. Now again, if you didn't reach the mat, you're going to stay in this position. If you did and you want to take it one step farther, straighten your hands out, put your palms down. You've got to really watch that you don't bend your fingers if you're using this position. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, engage the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs. Keep the arms straight no matter which arm position you're using. Don't let your elbows or your wrists bend. Keep your back ribs imprinted and reach back. Go slowly so you can monitor the back ribs. Keep the elbows straight, the wrists straight, the fingers straight. If you're going to touch, only do it if you can be straight. And then float the arms back up. And then relax the arms down to the sides. And relax for a moment. Now we're going to bring the arms like a cactus. You may or may not have the back of your hand on the mat. Don't bend your wrist to get there. Keep your wrist straight. So back of the forearm on the mat or on the floor, right angle at the elbow. You may or may not be touching into the floor. Engage the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs, and then press back towards the floor. If you're on the floor, you're pressing into the floor. If you're not on the floor, you're just rotating in the direction. And then relax it. And twice more. Inner core work, knit and imprint the ribs, press down into the floor or towards the floor, and then relax it. And one more time. Get your core working for you, and then do the external rotation in the shoulder joint, and then relax it. Float the arms up towards the ceiling, soften the shoulders, re-engage the inner core, knit and imprint, take the right foot up, keep the pelvis steady, imprint the back ribs, take the left foot up, make sure you're really imprinting and stabilizing here, and then we're going to go into pistons. Exhale, lower one foot down, and inhale, lift it back up. Back ribs need to stay down the whole time. Exhale to lower, inhale, come back up. You may not actually get all the way to the floor, that's fine, and inhale, come back up. If you want more challenge, reach a little farther down the mat. Make sure the back ribs stay imprinted. Exhale to lower, inhale up. Notice only one leg is moving at a time. And do one more on each leg. Good, one hand on each knee. And now all of that work relaxes and be really floppy. Let your knees flop out wide, stirring your thigh bones around your hip sockets. Passive in the inner thighs and the front thighs. Reverse the direction. And bring the knees into the chest. Flatten the lower back, lengthen the back of the neck. And then come to a neutral tabletop. Prepare for your 100. Bring your arms down to the sides. Find the inner core. Knit and imprint. Press the palms down. Activate the back arms. Lift your head. If you like, extend the legs and exhale for 5 pulses. And inhale for 5. So remember what we were doing with the oblique smile and the zipping up. Flatten across the front of the belly. Exhale for 5. And inhale for 5. No bulging out of the six-pack. Try to flatten it down. It's the transversus and the obliques together that do that. Exhale for 5 and inhale for 5. Exhale for 5 and inhale for 5. Exhale and inhale. One more set. Exhale and inhale. And knees into the chest. Head down and relax the neck. And straighten your left leg out. Right knee to the breastbone. And root down through your tailbone. Right foot up to the ceiling. Lengthen. Anchor in the inner core, knit and imprint. Make sure you're not using your arms. So if your hands are on the floor, keep them passive. Or you can touch your ribs or float to the ceiling. 5 circles with the leg. Pelvis is still. Good, make sure you're not rocking and that your back left ribs stay down. After 5 one way, 5 the other way. And then straighten the right leg down. Reach. The leg comes far away, your foot comes far away from your head. Bring the left knee into the chest. Pull to the breastbone. And then extend the leg up. Get the leg long. Find your core work. Relax the arms, whatever you decide to do with them. And then circle the leg around. Pelvis absolutely still. Right back ribs anchored. And then reverse and do 5 the other way. And then reach that leg down, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Relax. Then take both arms up overhead. Big long stretch. And then let's walk the feet to the left and let the upper body move to the left. Take your right foot over your left and hold the right wrist. Stretch the right side. Back into the center. Walk the feet to the right. Upper body to the right. Hold the left wrist, left foot over the right, and reach down through your left hip and your left back ribs. Breathe into your left side. And back into the center. Arms are still overhead. Relax for a moment. Then flex the feet back, squeeze the toes. Point the feet, fan the toes and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, flex, and reverse. Toes open, reach forward through the ball of the foot, then the toes. Squeeze the toes, pull back. Open the toes, reach out, and then squeeze and pull back. One more time. Open and reach and squeeze and pull back. Relax your feet. And prepare for your roll-ups. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, inner core, pelvic tilt, ribs imprint and knit, and roll up on an inhale, scooping the belly, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Lengthen the front of the torso and then relax into your forward bend. Soften the neck. Make sure that you're not reaching with your shoulders. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Pick up the breastbone, going away from the belly button towards the knees. And then float back down. Arms framing the ears. Scoop the belly. Bring your hands forward when you're ready. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Imprint or flatten the lower back, then imprint. And reach out and lengthen. And then flatten the spine again. And roll up on the inhale. Be sure you lengthen before you lean forward. No overstretch of the upper back, please. Do relax the neck. And then we're going to roll down slowly. Remember, the higher your arms are, the more the challenge. So find the appropriate place for your arms. Wherever they are, keep the shoulders dropped. Flatten the lower spine and hit the back ribs. Reach back and relax. And one more time, flatten the spine down. And roll up with the inhale. Easy shoulders. Scoop the belly into the spine. Lengthen the front of the body. And then lean forward. Relax the neck. Drop the elbows down. Even if your hands are only on your knees, soften the upper body. And one final descent. Scoop the belly in. Slowly roll down. Big long reach. And then bring your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. And let's come over onto the left side. Do my favorite little side kick series here. Legs straight, feet slightly forward of the hips. Engage the inner core, the organ lift, and then lift both legs up. Top hand on the top waist or fingertips on the mat. 5 times up and down with the top leg. And then 5 times down and up with the bottom leg. 5 times forward and back with both legs. Pelvis and ribcage need to stay still. You can get a little more range of motion because the legs are counterbalancing each other, but do not counterbalance by moving your ribcage around. After 5 there, we're coming to the center, circling the top leg if you need to. The bottom leg can go down. And then reverse. Then lower the bottom leg, externally rotate the top leg and reach the heel to the front. And internally rotate the top leg and then reach the toe to the back. Flex and external rotation to the front, point, internal rotation to the back. Flex, external rotation to the front, internal rotation, point to the back, twice more. Again, don't move your pelvis or ribs, just move the leg. And then bring the right leg to rest on the left, bring your right hand behind your head, relax everything for a moment. Then re-engage the inner core and the organ lift without pressing into your left arm. Take a side bend, bring the right arm to the right hip and lower back down. And again, lift and lower. And up and down, lift, lower one more time. And relax. Let's bend the knees. We'll just go to the middle position. Right knee directly over the left one. Right hip a little forward. Relax for a moment. Engage the inner core, the pelvic floor and the belt. Keep the waist soft. Let's do 15 repetitions. Lifting the top knee by externally rotating. We want to feel the work in the right butt muscles. So keep pushing the right hip forward. Try to stay relaxed in the right arm, or the left arm and the left leg. Good. When you're done, relax. Now we're going to bring the right foot forward, grab a hold of the foot or the thigh or the calf, anywhere on that leg. Roll out into a spinal twist with the right arm open to the side. Turn the head to the right. Breathe slowly. One more slow, deep breath. And then onto your back with both knees into the chest. Lengthen the back of the neck. And then let's take it over onto the right side. All the way long on the right side, feet a little forward of the hips. Neck and shoulders comfortable, left hand on the top hip. Engage the inner core. Take an organ lift, lift both legs up and top leg 5 times up and down. And then bottom leg down and up 5 times. Remember, if the hand's down, fingertips only, not the palm. 5 times forward and back. Be sure your pelvis stays still and your ribs stay still. Into the center, circle the top leg 5 times each direction. And we're going to bring the bottom leg down, externally rotate and bring the heel to the front, internally rotate and bring the toe to the back. And you don't actually have to touch the floor, just go in the direction. Keep the pelvis still and roll the thigh. External rotation, heel front. Internal rotation, toes back. Twice more. Good. And then rest the top leg on the bottom leg. I'm going to bring the left hand behind the head. Relax the right arm especially. Reconnect with your inner core and your organ lift, and then without pressing off of your left arm, take a side bend, lifting the left armpit towards the left hip. Exhale to lift, and inhale down, passive in the right arm. Exhale to lift, and inhale, lower. When you're done with 5 of those, bend the knees. Comfortable position with the knees. Align the left and right knee. Relax around the waist, but engage your inner core. Keep your left hip moving forward. And 15 repetitions. 3 sets of 5. Externally rotating the left leg in the socket. Try not to press off of the right leg. Passive in the bottom leg. Nice and snug around the hips, keeping the pelvis steady. The powers for the movements and the external rotators in the butt. And when you're done with 15 of those, left leg forward, touch the foot or leg wherever you can, and roll back out with the left shoulder. Relax the arm, turn the head. Breathe into the twist. So those side kick series are really important. If you're having trouble with your roll-up, try doing these every day for a couple weeks and see what happens. It's the obliques, of course, side bend us and rotate us, but when they work together, they actually flex the trunk. And then come onto the back and hug the knees. Okay, I'm going to go right to the abdominal series 5 times of each exercise because I want to still do something prone, so we're going to go quick. Find your neutral spine. Re-engage the inner core, knit and imprint. Lift your head. Go into the single leg stretch. One leg is bent, one leg is straightened, hands on the bent knee each time. And then 5 repetitions of the double leg stretch where we want to flatten the belly out as you move away from the center. Exhale, not only knit and imprint the ribs, but flatten across the belly button out into the waist. Neutral spine the whole time, so there shouldn't be any change in the lower back. Now 5 repetitions of the single straight leg. And then 5 repetitions of the double straight leg supporting the head, neutral spine. Good, lift and lowering the legs with no movement in the lower back. Gonna keep those back ribs imprinted. Tailbone down when the legs come up, no flattening the lower back. Then the knees bend and finish up with the crisscross. Pelvis absolutely still. No rocking from side to side in the pelvis. Full rotation of the shoulder girdle. So the distance between elbow and elbow stays the same the whole time and you're turning your breastbone. Good, bring the knees in, relax the neck. Place the feet down. If you have something behind your head, take it out. 3 neutral pelvic lifts. Maintaining your neutral spine, gauge the inner core, knit and imprint. Make sure your ribs are reaching down towards the opposite back pocket so you have something to stabilize around the waist. And exhale, lift up. And then hinge back down, keeping the lumbar curve constant the whole time. Exhale up. And inhale, come back down. Constant, steady lumbar curve. One more time. And release back down. Relax. Turn onto the stomach. Coming into Superman position. Forehead on the floor, arms extended straight out. Separate the legs a little bit, relax them. Keep them relaxed. Engage the inner core, legs still relaxed. Pull the ribs in, legs still relaxed. Raise the chest and head. Press the palms into the floor, draw your shoulders down your back, open your breastbone without craning the neck, lengthen, and release back down. Twice more, inner core, ribs glide, chest and head lift. Shoulder blades glide down into the back pocket. You're tugging your hands against the floor just slightly, and release. And one more time, inner core, glide the ribs, lift the chest and the head. Draw the shoulder blades down away from the ears. And relax. Okay, come up to all fours. Hands directly into the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, draw the breastbone forward. Pull the belly in, the tail between the legs. Bend your elbows. Drop your hips back to your heels. Breathe into the back. And then lift up to all fours. Tuck your toes under. Engage the abdominal wall. Press your hands like you're trying to push the floor away from you. And then press into the hands so much that you can float your knees up off of the mat. Keep the ribs working in towards each other. Press the hands into the floor like you're trying to push it away. Feel the weight, the work around the shoulders and across the upper back. Keep breathing, keep engaging the abdominals. Keep pressing the floor away from you. Then drop the heels down. Move your hips back to your heels. Bring your elbows close together, and then move your hands as far away from your knees as they can be with your elbows touching, stretching across the upper back. And then sit up. Bend your knees in front of you. And bow down. Bring the forehead towards the knees. Just relax the back. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. And come up into a standing position. Feet hip socket distance apart. Feel the even stance across the feet. Ball of big toe, ball of little toe, center of the heel. Lift tall through the crown. Engage the inner core. Knit the ribs. Reach down to the opposite back pockets. Roll the arms out in the sockets. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades. And relax the arms. Do it twice more. Stand tall. Top of the head, not the chin or the nose, but top of the head, reaching up. Roll the arms out in the sockets. And relax. One more time. Roll out. Stay tall and lifted. And relax. All right, that'll do it. Thank you. Hope you kept up, and that was fun. See you soon. Have a good rest of the day. Bye.